What's up everybody? So, the brand new Smash character has finally been announced. So after a month of waiting, this really has smashed the community's expectations. Yes, thank you, world's greatest pun. I know. But I'm actually here to spread a positive message rather than a negative one. Call me Dedoo, because I am
a walking tank.
On January 17th, Nintendo hosted a Smash Direct, which acted the same as most of the other Smash Directs. They show the trailer and then Sakurai goes through pretty much everything. He talks us through the history, the reason for the inclusion, etc, etc. And how to count in binary for some reason. And the big reveal we've all been waiting for was Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yeah, let's just say some people were a bit pissed off. I'll be honest, I think most of the negativity comes from, well, ourselves. The people who were expecting something. Let's be honest with ourselves. We all would have loved a third-party character that would have been awesome and super fun to play as. I mean, most of the people I've spoken to about the new Smash character, or before Byleth was released anyway, had some hilarious and ridiculous ideas about who they wanted to be the character. Hell, I'm still sat here trying to wrap my head around why people want Geno in Smash, but then I'm sat here waiting for either Phoenix or Shantae. Go figure. What I'm getting at is, we all hope for something great, but when something great comes along, but is not necessarily what we want, the reaction to that can be very negative, and personally, I think a bit unnecessary. Even I will admit, I had a reaction set up, completely set up, but as soon as I saw that Byleth was the brand new character, even I sort of went, nah, I won't bother doing a react. I loved Fire Emblem Three Houses, it's a great game, and we probably should have seen this coming. I mean, Corrin was DLC for Smash 4, so it makes perfect sense for them to add Byleth. So my hopes were dashed, I'm not gonna lie. However, I believe this warrants no real backlash, aside from being a bit disappointed. Straight up, I have seen plenty of YouTube videos absolutely slamming Nintendo and Sakurai for Byleth, calling it an insult to the fans, simply because it's another sword fighter and, let's be honest, he is a Fire Emblem character. Personally, I'd say that's being a bit too harsh. At the very least, Byleth is not another rinse-repeat Fire Emblem character. Hell, he doesn't even have a counter, which, as Sakurai says in the Direct, reflects the nature of Fire Emblem's turn-based combat. The addition of the Hero's Relics into Byleth's moveset is what makes him so different from other Fire Emblem characters in the roster. None of his moves are a direct reflection from other FE characters, and has more ways to engage opponents than other fighters. Also, I believe most people have forgotten something rather big. Byleth may be the last character in Fighter Pass 1, but Fighter Pass 2 has been announced, with 6 more characters on the way. So that means there are 6 more chances for your character to be in Smash. So there is absolutely no need to get so upset about Byleth being the last DLC character, because that's simply not the case. Now, I've been talking over this discussion with Jordan. He's reached out to me with a bit more of a business insight into why Nintendo would add Byleth. Let me read what he's said. Byleth's introduction as the final fighter for Fighter Pack 1 in Smash Ultimate is, to put it bluntly, a double-edged sword for Sakurai and Nintendo themselves. For starters, here's some stats. To date, Smash Ultimate has sold over 15 million copies, and is currently the second best-selling game on the Switch, and has been the best-selling console game in Japan for over a decade. Fire Emblem Three Houses, as of the 31st of October 2019, has sold 2.3 million copies, making it the best-selling Fire Emblem game to date. Byleth's inclusion would help to spread awareness of Three Houses and attract new players to the game, therefore generating more revenue for Nintendo. This also works both ways, because players of Three Houses that haven't picked up Smash Bros. May now be more inclined to do so. From this information alone, to say Byleth wouldn't be included is very unlikely. Another factor about Byleth's inclusion as Fighter 5 is what was announced in the Smash Direct, Fighter Pass 2. Now, this may be a risky move for Smash. The game is almost 2 years old, and arguments could be made it's reaching the end of its life cycle, as popularity for the game may have dwindled. Therefore, to try and extend the life cycle of Smash with Fighter Pass 2, Nintendo have to come out swinging with a huge character announcement for the start of Fighter Pass 2. That is going to encourage people to buy the Fighter Pass, therefore increasing its demand. It's logical that Nintendo chose to swap a big-hitting final character for Fighter Pack 1 with a safer option, so they could save the big-hitting character for Fighter Pack 2, which arguably Nintendo needs to sell more, as people who are gonna buy Fighter Pack 1 have already done so. The last theoretical tactic Nintendo have used is actually quite clever. By Nintendo using a controversial character that has caused a lot of disappointment within the community, they have lowered the community's expectations of all future fighters. Therefore, when the next fighter is announced, people are going to more likely be more positive towards the character because of their expectations taking a hit because of Byleth. This, in turn, makes Fighter Pass 2 much more appealing for people to buy. More money for Nintendo, right? In summary, Nintendo were always going to add a Three Houses character to the game, as Nintendo only stand to gain from the inclusion. And the timing of this introduction is to help sell Fighter Pass 2, which in regards to Smash Bros. Is Nintendo's primary objective. So all in all, it makes perfect sense for Nintendo to add Byleth to Smash from a business perspective. People are clearly annoyed about this because it wasn't the best way to round off Fighter Pass 1, but that doesn't mean all hope is lost due to the announcement of Fighter Pass 2. It's reasonable to assume that Byleth was added more as an afterthought, which is backed up by the time it took between Terry and Byleth's reveal, and that Byleth was not available immediately after the Direct had finished, and is releasing on January 28th, which is 12 days after the reveal. But that's not all that bad. The fact that Fighter Pass 2 is going to have 6 characters instead of 5, and that they have all already been decided, means something like this is not going to happen again. It also means that more work and care is going to be put into the characters that they release. So rejoice, fellow gamers, there is still hope left for your character to be in Smash. But in the meantime, stop hating on Byleth. He's pretty cool, but he's not Shantae. And that's all the ranting and defending from me. So drop a like, leave a comment, subscribes are always appreciated, and don't forget to ring the notification bell to be notified of all random ass videos, just like this one. Whew. With all this defending, maybe I should be a lawyer.
Objection!